Hey guys, how you doing? It's day 57. What I want to try to get done today is I want to assemble the brake setup. This here. I have the plastic clips right here, the plastic washers. This is a brake light switch. On that harness, you'll see there's a plug that plugs into this. And how it works is when you push the brake down, it releases this, and then that turns the brake lights on. This is for the console up front. I'm going to put this in. Found a new ashtray and a lighter. When was the last time you saw one of these? I'm going to do that and maybe put the floor shifter in. If I can get that in, I'll just keep plugging away. And then we'll find out together what I'm going to do, because I'm just going to start pulling off this pile or whatever pile I could find and just start plugging away at it. So, alrighty, here we go. Let me show you what I'm working on. This is all brake assembly. Here's the brake light switch that I showed you. That's the switch that I showed you on the workbench over there. And this is the plug from the harness. It plugs right into here, right in there. I'm not going to plug anything in now because I still have to lay the wires in place and straighten them out. But like as far as this too, fuse box, it comes right off of here. This is the line right here. That's what plugs into the high-low beam switch. This one's no good. This one's junk. That's junk. But here's the other one. This is it right here. So there's only two screws right here. I don't know if you can see it. There's two screws that hold that in place. All you have to do is just unscrew that. A lot of times when you're sitting there, sometimes your high beams, like maybe your lights don't work or anything like that. A lot of times this switch right here, it just through the years, they just kind of wear out. So sometimes you go to turn your headlight on and you get nothing. When you sit there and you kick on this a couple of times, then they may come on, because everything runs right through this whole switch. So, just in case, if you have a problem with your headlights and they're not working or anything, just hit that right over there. Just hit it a few times and your lights might go on. And then it's time for a new switch. But, all right, I'm going to keep moving along. I think I'm going to pull this carpet out now. And then I'm going to try that new rib nut tool right over here. I'll show it to you. I borrowed it from a buddy of mine. It's this right here. And these are the clips. You put them in. That's the way they did it from the factory. They push them through and they squeeze them almost like a pop rivet. That's what it is. It's a pop rivet with threads on the inside, and then you just thread your screws right into that to hold down whatever there. So I'll show you. I'm going to start on this now, and let's see what I can get done. Here we go. guys, sorry, getting ahead of myself. These are the rivet nut tools right here. They actually came factory like that. A buddy of mine had this tool. He's like, try it, it works really good. And he's right, it worked great. So, alrighty, back to work. shifter's in, cable's hooked up. It's a little clip right there. And here's a clip right here. They have a different type of clip here, but that's the clip that I had. Shifter's all mounted. I set this through the floor, and these are the nuts and the bolts that have to go. They have to go on the bottom, so I got to get the car up in the air. So while the car's up in the air, I'll hook up the shifter. I'll finish hooking up the shifter linkage rod. You know, it's a shifter, and then there's a rod that when you put in park, it spins the column right here. So when you lock the ignition, it locks the steering wheel, and it locks the tranny. It'll lock this from moving. So, alrighty, so I'm going to keep plugging away, but I just wanted to show you what I was working on. Okay, back to work. Alright guys, I just want to show you something in here. This is part of the harness. This feeds the console, and the console gauges have another harness right here. And these, they plug into this. These gauges right here. The battery, the temperature, the fuel. But the oil has a copper line that comes in. So, this is it here. You know, one will plug into the other and plugs into that. And there's another one that runs off of this line that runs to the tack. So it's fully gauged. It's pretty cool. That's, again, and I don't press these harnesses. It's easier for me. I've dealt with a lot of different types of wiring with those painful wiring harnesses and everything like that, and they work. They really do. But it takes so much more time, and it's a lot more tedious. Whereas this, it's plug and play. You just plug it in and you go. I mean, it's just, you drop one wire down, you see, oh look, it plugs into that. So that's why I kind of, not that I push these, but I'm a fan of them, and I've always had good luck with them. And especially for me, you know, it's like, cause I'm basically one guy, you know, every now and then I get a hand, but you know, like you try to maximize the time, you know, and try to get as much done as you can. But that's about it. You know, I have, I'm going to stop right now because I got a phone call about 4 days ago on a car that I looked at 7 years ago, and he decided to sell it. So if you want, take a ride with me, and I'll show you what I'm going to get, okay? All righty, here we go. Hey guys, so this is it. I spoke to this guy about 7 years ago about this car and he didn't want to sell it. He was selling it and then he decided he didn't want to sell it anymore. It's pretty cool. Identical. Let's see. Hey, put the phone down. It's a nice little 354 speed car, rally sport. Very solid, super solid actually. Really nice frame rails, floors, trunk. It's all pretty nice. It's the interior. It's not a bad car. The thing was on this car, I really wasn't interested in the car. I was interested in the parts that it came with. It came with a bunch of parts. That's what I really wanted. My buddy wants the car. So we just worked something out to where he's going to take the car and I'm going to take the parts because I have another car that I want to put together. So I needed the parts for it. So like I say, I spoke to this guy about 7 years ago. He had it online. He took it offline. He decided not to sell it. And, you know, I lost his number and my buddy had it. And every year he would call him. Once a year he would call him. And then, you know, all of a sudden the guy's like, you know what? I'm going to get rid of it. I'm never going to get to it. So my buddy sent me the number. I called him and here it is. With all these parts. It came with full quarters, fenders, hood. It came with a lot of stuff. So like I say, it's a pretty cool car. You know, my buddy's gonna take it and I think he's gonna redo the car. I'm pretty sure he is. But I figured, you know, take a ride with me, spend the day upstate, and we'll have a good time. So as always, I hope you enjoy these videos. Thanks for taking a ride and you take care of yourselves.